Imagine a country with nearly 30 million cattle. They are not gathered inside one enormous ranch. They are spread across vast properties throughout Australia, where a single grazing area can stretch farther than the eye can see. At this scale, managing cattle is no longer a simple farming job. It becomes a massive operation. Some ranchers must drive for hours just to cross part of their land. One property has managed around 81,000 cattle across more than 1.3 million acres. In another area, one family had to gather about 1,500 cattle in a single morning. Looking from the ground is simply not enough. So, how do ranchers control animals spread across such enormous distances? More workers on horseback would be slow. Longer fences would be expensive. Lost cattle could remain hidden for days. The solution comes from above. Across Australia and the western United States, helicopters are used to locate, gather, and guide huge cattle herds. Here is a question. If 20 workers need 3 days to gather a large herd, how long might one helicopter need? 1 day? 8 hours? The answer can be around half a day. A machine in the sky can compress several days of difficult groundwork into only a few hours. Traditional crews use horses, pickup trucks, and off-road vehicles to block different directions. A helicopter can move quickly from one side of the herd to another, but the pilot cannot simply fly straight behind the cattle. The aircraft must create pressure without causing panic, and that requires constant adjustment. If the helicopter is too high, the cattle may not move. If it approaches too fast, they may scatter. The pilot circles to one side and slowly descends. On the ground, vehicles or riders hold both edges of the herd. The helicopter controls the rear, while the gathering yard waits ahead. The helicopter's greatest advantage is not only speed, it is visibility. From the air, a pilot can observe hills, forests, rivers, wetlands, and grazing lands stretching for many kilometers. A person on the ground may see only the nearest animals. A pilot can understand the movement of the entire herd. From above, the crew can spot a lost cow, an animal falling behind, or one behaving differently from the rest. Early detection matters. A sick or injured animal hidden across a huge property may not be found quickly from the ground. Aerial observation turns hours of searching into a much faster inspection. Helicopters may also support rescue work in terrain that vehicles cannot reach. Specialized equipment can help move an animal to a safer location, but this capability comes at a high price. Fuel, maintenance, and skilled pilots make helicopters too expensive for many routine inspections. That limitation opens the door to a smaller machine. That smaller machine is the drone. It can be carried inside a vehicle, launched within minutes, and operated at a fraction of the complexity of a helicopter. On a ranch, a drone is more than a camera. It can search for lost cattle, check the herd's location, and send live images back to the operator. A drone can also help move cattle. When it approaches from behind, its sound and movement encourage the animals to walk away. The operator shifts the drone from side to side, guiding the herd toward the desired direction. It is not as powerful as a helicopter, but it can handle smaller daily tasks. The same flight can inspect water troughs, ponds, and dry pasture. Ranchers can see whether animals have access to water and whether parts of the land are losing vegetation. A drone cannot replace every helicopter mission, but for routine monitoring, it is smaller, cheaper, and far easier to use. Helicopters and drones do not work alone. They are part of a larger system that includes ground crews, vehicles, radios, and gathering yards. The aircraft finds and moves the herd from above. Workers on the ground block escape routes, open gates, and guide the cattle into the final holding area. The real advantage comes from coordination. A pilot may spot cattle hidden behind a hill. A drone may check a water point before the herd arrives. Ground workers can then choose a safer and faster route. Instead of searching blindly, every team member works with the same information. This system also reduces wasted time. Workers do not need to drive across the entire property before knowing where the herd is located. A helicopter covers large distances quickly. A drone handles routine checks. Ground vehicles are used only where they are needed. Each tool performs the job it does best. A helicopter is best when the property is enormous, the herd is widely scattered, or the job must be completed quickly. It can cover long distances, move large groups, and reach difficult terrain, but that speed comes with high fuel, maintenance, and pilot costs. A drone is better for daily monitoring. It is cheaper, easier to transport, and faster to launch. It can search for missing cattle, inspect fences, check water, and observe pasture conditions. It cannot move a huge herd like a helicopter, but it can prevent small problems from becoming expensive ones. A drone is better for daily monitoring. It is cheaper, easier to transport, and faster to launch. It can search for missing cattle, inspect fences, check water, and observe pasture conditions. It cannot move a huge herd like a helicopter, but it can prevent small problems from becoming expensive ones.